Brian, first game of the season, well, first home game, league game. And as normal, a lot of feedback, and you and me have been answering things over the weekend.
Yeah, I think it's always good to get feedback. Obviously, when you put that out, I think it was yesterday. I think it's always important that we look at everything that we do. And whilst there's a lot of good stuff we are doing, there's obviously things as well we can improve on. And we've had quite a bit of feedback from the weekend, which, as I say, you and I in the ticket office and everybody are trying to look through. There's some stuff to do with the food as well for MPM, and we've passed all the feedback on to them. Again, like ourselves, they're keen to make sure it works and works well, because they want to make a success of it as well. So it's up to us all to learn from everything that we do. First game of the season always seems to bring more hassles than anything else. Even the fact, we've had a number of staff turnover recently as well, which changes things. But we take on board everything that's said, and obviously we're all keen to improve.
With the catering as well, I guess it's the first league game that MPM have had, the first thing with the West Stand open, etc., etc. So they're looking at a lot of different things.
I think, to be fair to them, MPM as well, the whole thing was signed quite late as well, just before the Aston Villa game. So they've been learning over those pre-season games, and I think they've also been learning. With this being the first league game of the season, suddenly we're back in the West Stand again, our own supporters, a decent crowd on Saturday as well. And they are trying to work with suppliers. The likes of the Woods wasn't on the first few games, and now it's back on again. I believe it needs to be on the West Stand as well, which I'm sure they'll be looking at, because at the end of the day they want to maximise what they can get from the supporters and make sure they provide a good service that everybody wants to utilise them.
I mean, there's feedback as well. We'll feedback to them. They've got their own Twitter account, which they will hopefully get on board and start to get on top of sending two-way communications.
No, I've got a very good relationship with MPM, and I'm sure they will be keen to, when they're a local company as well. The last thing they want to do is get hassle on the street. So I'm sure they'll do it. There's some issues from the Wyvale car park as well. We look at everything that we do. Whether it's the shop, whether it's the ticket office, whether it's season tickets access, whether it's car parking, it's obviously up to us to make sure we get it right the next time and improve.
With season tickets as well, there was a lot of people picked them up on the day, which caused extra pressure on the ticket office.
I think a lot seem to, I understand that everybody comes at the last minute. We have obviously been advertising that new season tickets have been available for collection. But from our point of view, I then look at that and go, we're obviously not getting that message out. So how do we get that message out better? That there have been new season tickets issued for everybody. So a lot of people were queuing, obviously, in the last 15 minutes because they needed to pick up their season tickets. Fortunately or unfortunately, we then had people within that queue also buying for the West Stand. And you're thinking, well, why are you not round at the West Stand? We've got a West Stand ticket office over there, which could have relieved that pressure. So again, it's up to us to make sure we advertise every piece, every bit of area well, so that everybody knows and make life easier for people coming to the stadium, getting access quickly and enjoying the game.
Because that's the thing with the West Stand, it worked really well last season. I guess with it not being open for the pre-season games, that people get out of the habit in a way.
Yeah, I think we've always continually got to try and emphasise that the West Stand ticket office is available for cash and card sales right up to kick-off, and it has alleviated a lot of the pressure on the main ticket office. But as I say, there were a number of people buying tickets to the West Stand, whether they hadn't been for a while, whether, as you say, they hadn't, because the West Stand ticket office hadn't been open for the pre-season games. People got out of the habit of it, but we still sold a good number in the West Stand ticket office, and obviously the queue would have been a lot worse had we not, but it has been very successful, the West Stand ticket office, and we'd obviously encourage people who are looking for the West Stand to purchase from there.
This season tickets, I think, checked there's about 50 left to pick up, so hopefully those people now can just get them before the Rochdale game and get in a bit easier.
Yeah, well, myself, yourself and Tom Hughes in the ticket office spoke this morning about how we make sure we get that out to the 50 or so that still haven't uplifted. It's a manageable number, and I'm sure we can get round everybody and get them out before the Rochdale game, and hopefully word will spread for anybody who hasn't picked up their season ticket that they are available. But it's all about, it's important for us all to talk to each other and make sure we all know, so you can get the information out, and we're all singing from the same hymn sheet.
Important, I suppose, as well, for the club to learn and see what we did and see what we can improve for the next time.
Yeah, absolutely. As I say, it's important that we get everything right. Even Tom in the ticket office, it was a bit of a baptism of fire for his first game in charge of the ticket office when it is busier, because you've got a lot of people coming last minute, a lot of ticket sales, and obviously with the issues with season tickets being uplifted as well. So we'll get there, and hopefully he'll be better for the experience of getting through Saturday.
And I guess as well, it's all about sort of promoting tickets. So if people can buy in advance, if people can come down before the game, it just helps them to get in a bit quicker.
Yeah, absolutely. And what we're obviously trying to do with the fan card as well, which, you know, if Ticketmaster finalise the last piece in the jigsaw for the fan card, we can then advertise the flexi ticket and the fan card as options that you don't actually need to buy a ticket prior to coming in. You can just upload it to your fan card for those who are non-season ticket holders but come to a good number of games. But you know, we evaluated the feedback. The feedback's coming in all weekend, shall we say. Even all through Sunday I was getting emails as well, which I'm quite happy to get, because at the end of the day it's important that we get that feedback. I had one guy even on to me last night claiming that the chairman hadn't been clapping in the minutes of applause for Chris Smith, which is, I just can't quite get my head round, and saying I was lying that he was. And then you know, I told the chairman today, and he was obviously quite offended with that as well. So, you know, at the end of the day, we all want to make sure we're all conscious of everything that goes on at the club, and we all want to make sure we respond to every bit of feedback we get.
I suppose that's one of the things of modern football. It's a bit of being under the microscope, which we sort of take on board, really.
Yeah, I think that's unfortunately the way of football. It never stops. You know, it's a hard industry to be in. People think it's glamorous. I can assure you, it's definitely not. And yeah, everybody, you know, people are quick to tell you when you haven't done something properly. And I guess that's what we're all used to, and we have to take that on the chin, and we just have to make things better and try and minimise the criticism so that we get things right. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things that we don't get right, and we have to hold our hands up and say, yeah, we could have done that better. And if I'm honest, I think probably some of the aspects of Saturday we could have done better.
One positive I can see from it though, with the season tickets, the new cards are out there, so next year they'll just get recharged and nobody need to pick one up.
Yeah, that should make things a lot easier come next year, because obviously the cards are existing cards for next year as well. So yeah, that shouldn't be an issue going forward.
One positive as well, the safe standing, that's up and running now. Looking at it, they've hit 10% and gone past it, so important thing for everyone.
Yeah, a good early start for the safe standing. Obviously Northampton were speaking to me about it on Saturday, so I was kind of conscious what I said to them about it, if I'm honest. But no, I think everybody is asking constantly about safe standing. Tifosi have now got the campaign, the crowdfunding online, and obviously we hope that everybody gets behind that. They're also looking for some business sponsors as well to try and help with that side of the rewards, and kick it on. But it's a good start to getting it to over 10% in the first number of days, so hopefully that will continue. And I spoke to a lot of supporters on Saturday before the game, and quite a few of them were saying they still had to put money in, but would be putting money in, which is positive.